Hi, my name is Cheyenne Heath. Together I worked with Paige Irwin on this project to teach you guys a little bit about Jigsaw, a collaborative learning technique. So why cooperative learning? Well, compared to individual learning, cooperative learning has the advantage that it increases students' social skills while building their academic skills. And what they learn in our class socially, how to deal with each other, how to deal with conflict, is just as important as the concepts we're teaching. Also, their ideas are held up for critical analysis by their peers, so it's not enough to just make a claim. They have to be able to back it up. So what's so great about Jigsaw is that it's a cooperative learning technique that fuels collaboration amongst the most diverse students in the classroom, and it works through a series of steps. Step 1, you're going to divide your lesson into 5 relatively equal parts. Now the downside to cooperative learning is that it does take a little bit longer than if we were just lecturing this material in front of the class. So plan the length of your Jigsaw classroom accordingly. Also plan the length of your Jigsaw classroom based upon the complexity of the lesson. Older students learning about more complex concepts could take up to 2 or 3 class periods. Younger students or students researching less complex concepts could be done easily in 1 class period. So for example, in an elementary English classroom, we're learning about parts of speech. So I could divide my lesson into nouns, pronouns, adjectives, verbs, and prepositions, and number them off as so. Next, you want to divide your class into 5 groups of 5 students. And here we're working with a theoretical classroom of 25 students that beautifully divides into 5 groups of 5 students, but obviously that's not always the case. So divide as close as you can. You may be in a situation where you have to fill in as one of the segments, so like I could be the pronoun person for 2 or 3 groups that don't have a fifth member. Or if you feel like your lesson will be better divided into 4 segments, do that, or 6 segments if you have a particularly large class. Regardless, these groups are not created randomly. They're strategically designed by the teacher to make them as diverse as possible. So you want to mix up culture groups, genders, and definitely mix up abilities. Next, you're going to number off your students in each group and assign them segments of the lesson. So in our English class example, all of my number 1s are nouns, my number 2s are pronouns, etc. And just like your groups, you want to assign these segments strategically. Some lessons might be divided up perfectly even, but others, if you know a particular segment is more difficult than some of the others, assign it accordingly. Step 4. Give students time to individually research and learn about their topics. This could be as quick and simple as look in your book and find out everything you can for the next 20 minutes. Or this could be a day-long research day where you check out the iPads, you go to the computer lab, you give them an entire day to find credible sources and learn about their topics. Step 5. You're going to form expert groups by grouping together all the 1s, all the 2s, all the 3s. So all of my nouns are now together, all of my pronouns, etc. And now they're going to teach each other what they've learned. So they can find out things they might have missed, things they didn't think of before. They can talk to each other and become experts on their topics. So after they become experts on their topics, step 6, they're going to return to their home groups. Here students are going to present their segments that they're now experts on to their groups and discuss their topics. While this is going on, walk around from group to group and monitor this process. Make appropriate interventions. Make sure your students are collaborating and listening to each other, and make sure they're not arguing. Make sure they're actually talking to each other and discussing their segments. Also, scaffold their discussions and questions and note-taking. And eventually, if they do the Jigsaw classroom enough, they'll learn to scaffold each other. Step 7, assess what the students have learned individually. I would let them know from the very beginning that this does count. We're not just doing this for fun. There's going to be a quiz, there's going to be an assignment, there's going to be a discussion, there's going to be something that involves a score and a grade at the end. So you really do need to work hard, and you do need to learn as much as you possibly can. You can encourage groups with the possibility of bonus points or free time for the group who scores the highest on their test, on their quiz, or on their assignment, and create a little bit of friendly competition between the groups.